As Maldives celebrates 60 years of independence, it also marks 6 decades of diplomatic relations with India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be the guest of honor on this day. DD India's correspondent Vishal Barasto talks to the Indian High Commissioner G. Balasubramanian in Malé to find out more. Take a listen.
Maldives is celebrating its 60 years of independence and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be the guest of honor. This visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is seen with a lot of expectations, not only by the Indian diaspora, but also by our friendly neighborhood. And I have with me Indian High Commissioner to Maldives, Mr. G. Balasubramanian. Sir, welcome to DD India. It's a pleasure to meet you once again after Nigeria. Now, talking about this very important visit of the Prime Minister, how is it being perceived?
This is a very, I would like to convey my best wishes to all my compatriots in India. Namaste from India to all your viewers. This is a very important visit. India and Maldives have a historical and geographical connection over millennia. Our relationship has been very well nurtured by the political leadership at the highest level. There have been continuous contact between our two countries. So much so that even during Indus Valley civilization, there had been connections between Lothal, where it was a port city in Gujarat, to Maldives, the northern part of Maldives, Laviani Atoll and other places. There have been constant movement of people. Our people had sailed across the seas and met each other. Trading had happened at that point of time. So the contacts between our two countries actually run into millennia. We have nurtured this relationship in the modern times also. Our political leadership has taken pains to nurture this relationship very well because of the proximity and because of our friendly nature of relationship. Prime Minister Modi would be the first state visitor in the administration of President Dr. Mohammad Muiz after he had taken over in November 2023, which itself is a major milestone to see. And he is also the guest of honor on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the Independence Day, which is again happening after a long time. So between our two countries, given the good relationship and the importance that is being attached by President Muiz's administration in welcoming Mr. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, to Maldives, there's a lot of expectation, and this visit, I'm sure, would be further consolidating the ties between our two countries.
Now, when we talk about India's vision, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has always spoken about a neighborhood-first policy. In what way is this visit so very important, and in what way will it further strengthen the bilateral relations between the two countries?
You very rightly said, Prime Minister Modi has very clearly stated that the cornerstone of Indian diplomacy is neighborhood-first policy, and within the neighborhood-first policy, Maldives occupies a very special place. We have been one of the strongest partners, both in terms of development partnership or in terms of financial emergency assistance or in terms of capacity building or in terms of trade with Maldives. Since 1981, we have been having a MOU with Maldives for provision of essential items to this country non-stop. And this year also we have extended that with the largest quota possible. Whether it was during, historically speaking, we have been the closest partner and the first responder. When in 1988 there was Operation Cactus, which was organized when there was a coup attempt here in Maldives, or whether it was in 2004 tsunami, we were the first responder. In 2014, when there was a problem in terms of water scarcity, we were the ones who had actually supplied water, drinking potable water, along with desalination plants. And then again in COVID, also we had been the first responder. We had even opened a bubble for the movement of people so that tourism continued to grow between the two countries. So we have been one of the strongest supporters and good partners of Maldives. And this visit, I'm sure, will further strengthen the ties because over a period of years, the importance of neighborly relations and also the importance of being in the Indian Ocean region and the maritime security part of it, in which we are collaborating in a big way, this will be very useful for us.
High Commissioner, you just spoke about the security and development assistance that India has been giving to Maldives even in the past as well. Now, how will India ensure that these assistance is perceived as mutually beneficial for both India and Maldives?
I can very clearly say that India's assistance is being perceived very well by common Maldivians. If you go on the streets here in Maldives, the kind of respect that they have for India is quite high. We have always prioritized the priorities of the host country. For example, when we had given the line of credit also, it is up to the Maldivians to choose what projects they would like to have. It is based on their priorities that we will provide the assistance. Whether it is in terms of military support also, in terms of training. Basically, more than 300 military officers are being trained in India on an annual basis. We have been having various exercises, including humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise, bilateral exercises. All these things are seen as part of the capacity building and training part of it, which is very well respected and very well appreciated by the Maldivians. So I would say that there is a huge respect for India's assistance, whether in terms of developmental assistance or other assistance also amongst the common Maldivians. So I'm very confident of this relationship.
Well, absolutely. Now talking about the common Maldivian, we have spoken about with the people, and they are saying that they love Indian movies, they love Indian serials and all, the TV serials. So definitely India is very much popular in Maldives. Now talking about the key takeaways, what are going to be the key takeaways from this visit?
We are working on various aspects, almost all the areas in which there should be relationship between the two countries, whether it is in the commercial side, whether it is in the financial side, whether it is in the fisheries part of it, or in the health sector. We would be having certain memorandums of understanding and agreements, and we would be also inaugurating various projects that have been completed or in the process of being completed by India under the financial assistance that has been extended by India. So these are some of the areas in which we are concentrating.
High Commissioner, would you like to specify some of the key areas that would be under focus as far as the MOUs are concerned?
We have started working on a free trade agreement, let us say. We have agreed on the terms of reference for a free trade agreement. We are working on the possibility of the UPI coming over here. There was actually a memorandum of understanding signed last year also. We have progressed well on that area in the final stages of implementing that. We have on the fisheries side, there is a good cooperation that is coming up. We are also having on the meteorological side, where because this is a conclave of both southwest and northeast monsoons being in the center of Indian Ocean. So we, in all these areas, we are having some negotiations in which we will be finalizing some MOUs and agreements.
Now talking about a very interesting topic, Bhishma cubes. So this is going to be the highlight of Prime Minister's visit. So tell us, our viewers, what is Bhishma cube?
These are Arogya Maitri. Bhishma cubes is it's actually an acronym, and these are trauma centers that actually have been created by India, which will be mobile units which can be deployed immediately at wherever it is required. There are 2 such cubes which we are giving, which can cater to about 300 patients at any point of time, and these are easily deployable. And to deploy them, Maldives being an archipelago with a long islands which are spread apart, we are also providing a mobile boat, or rather a drone, a water drone, which would help them in transporting these things from one place to another wherever it is required. So this is a very unique product that India has developed for immediate and deployable trauma centers. We have very good relationship in terms of capacity building as far as military support, military cooperation is concerned. More than 300 military officers are trained under the ITEC program of India in India, under the various institutions. Many of their people also undergo, even in the IMA, there are cadets who undergo training in IMA, Indian Military Academy in Dehradun. We have more than 4 regular exercises that we conduct with Maldives, and in that recently we have added the humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, which was very recently conducted. We have provided some of the assets, like for example Huravi is a Coast Guard ship that has been provided by us for quite some time, and this just underwent a full refit, the first full refit, and it was returned only in the month of May. So the cooperation between us in terms of military technology, military support, military training has been quite strong.
So now there is one very interesting and common topic between the two countries, which is maritime security. What are the joint strategies to combat common maritime threats like piracy, illegal fishing, drug trafficking in the Indian Ocean?
As I mentioned, the military exercises that both our military conduct covers all these aspects of piracy, illegal fishing, drug trafficking, and so on and so forth. Those are part of the exercise modules. We also have a Colombo Security Conclave in which Maldives and India are founding members, which will also take care of the maritime security in this region. And training is certainly a part of this aspect also.
So, since this visit is seen with a lot of expectation, what are the new economic initiatives or agreements that are expected to be announced during this visit, particularly in the areas of trade, investment, and tourism?
As I mentioned, we have finalized the terms of reference of free trade agreement, which will be very beneficial for both the countries. India, in any case, is one of the largest trading partners of Maldives. We have more than $450 million up to $500 million. It varies from time to time. As I told you, we have also an agreement, an MOU with them since 1981 for supply of essential items. So whether it is construction material or whether it is ordinary material, food material, we are the ones who are supplying them. So our position over here in terms of trade, it's very good. Many of our companies have actually invested in the tourism sector over here. And there are more companies that are coming in. There are companies which have also started hydroponic agricultural areas. So there's an overall development that is happening in terms of human endeavors between our two countries.
Now talking about the ongoing development projects such as the Hani Madhu International Airport and the Tilamala Bridge, which are significant symbols of India's commitment towards Maldives. So what is the status?
These are flagship projects, I would say. The 6.7 kilometer long Tilamala Bridge, it's a symbol of friendship between India and Maldives. This is going to connect Malé to 3 more islands, from Malé to Willingili to Gulifalhu, and from there to Tilafushi. With this, Gulifalhu is one of the reclaimed islands, and there's a lot of development that is taking place over there. With the road connectivity that would be given to the capital city of Malé, the economic potential of this area would certainly be fully utilized by our friends in Maldives. The Hani Madhu Airport is one of the state-of-the airport which we are doing under the line of credit. The Tilamala Bridge is about $400 million worth of line of credit and a $100 million grant. And similarly, this Hani Madhu is about $129 million line of credit. So these are some of the flagship development projects, infrastructure development projects which India is undertaking. And I'm sure that these will certainly help Maldives grow economically stronger.
So, talking about the cross-border trade, what is the current status of the agreement to promote the use of local currencies, and how will it benefit both India and Maldives?
The regulatory bodies on both the sides, in the sense that the Reserve Bank of India and the Maldivian Monetary Authority, MMA, they are in advanced level of talks over there. And we are very sure that there will be some good information coming out of these negotiations soon. Last year, we had already signed this RUPE. We have introduced the RUPE. And this local currency settlement system is also something that we are looking at, because with about $450 million of trade from India and about $300 million of services from Maldives, it would be a balanced one. And we are also looking at the possibility of Indian tourists actually paying in Indian rupees to come over here rather than in any other currency, which would certainly be of some assistance and increasing the number of tourists also.
Now, when we talk about people-to-people ties, India has always believed, which is very much part of India's soft diplomacy. Now, tell us something about the presence of Indian diaspora. How strong is it, and what are their issues, and how can this visit address them?
We have a 60,000 strong diaspora here, and this diaspora has been here for many years together. More than 1,800 teachers are in different schools over here. many of the service industry people are from India. Wherever you go to in the resorts and other places, you would find the service industry people from India. There are various Indian businessmen here. And also there are investors, as I mentioned, whether it is in tourism sector or in agricultural sector or in logistics part of it. There are various Indians who are working over here. So if you look at it, the interaction between our two countries at the level of people to people is very strong. The Maldivians love Indian music. They love Indian Bollywood. Most of them actually can understand Hindi because just by listening to the music and watching the movies. Karaoke is very popular over here, and in any of the karaoke places that you go to, you would only hear the Indian music being played. There's a lot of influence of Indian music over the Maldivian music, and they have adapted it very well. Two of Us was a band which recently participated in the Battle of the Band International in India, organized by Prasar Bharati, and they were the second runner-up. So there's a lot of connection between both the sides in terms of culture. We have an Indian Cultural Center from the ICCR which is actually functioning here, and Hindi, yoga, Indian languages, Indian art forms, they're all being taught over there with great enthusiasm from the local populace.
Well, absolutely. Bollywood has always been our goodwill ambassador, and like Nigeria, Maldivians also love Bollywood and Indian music. Now, when we talk about the initiatives planned to facilitate easier travel, whether it's business or tourism or educational opportunities for citizens for both countries, what are the efforts being made?
We already have a visa-free arrangement between the two countries for all kinds of passports. All the three passports of India and for that of Maldives can visit each other for tourism, business and medical reasons for a period of 90 days without the requirement of a visa. So that itself is a major boost between the two countries, both whether it is tourists who are coming over here or people who are going for medical tourism to India. So this we will be further strengthening it by increasing the areas and under which people would be in a position to travel. We'll have to discuss those things further.
Now, sir, a direct question to you. Beyond the immediate agenda, what is the High Commission's long-term strategy for fostering a strong and resilient India-Maldives relationship transcending political cycles?
Indian High Commission is the representative of India. We always will be there to increase the strength of the relationship between India and the host country. In that we have various ways in which we do, whether it is the commercial part of it by promoting trade and economic integration between the two countries, or whether it is the cultural diplomacy that we have, or whether it is the political appointments and the political visits that we undertake between the two countries, the kind of MOUs and the agreements that we do, the diplomatic part of it. So we have a wide-ranging, a plethora of instruments that are available for further strengthening the relationship between two countries. And like any other Indian embassy in another part of the world, we are here to represent India and to build the relationship between people to people and in all areas that we would like to have it.
So it's going to be the 60th Independence Day for Maldives and also the 60th anniversary of India-Maldives diplomatic relationship. How do you see this visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is also going to be the guest of honor?
As you very rightly pointed out, we actually established diplomatic relations few months before the independence of Maldives. We actually started having our diplomatic relations from Sri Lanka from April 1965 itself, whereas they got independence on 26th of July 1965. And we established formal relationship from 1st of November 1965. So this will be the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between our two countries. Both our countries have big plans to celebrate the 60th anniversary, which will start from 1st of November onwards for a period of 1 year. During this period, actually during the visit of our Prime Minister, both the leaders, President Muiz and Prime Minister Modi, would be releasing a commemorative stamp marking the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations by both India Posts and Maldives Posts. So that is the beginning of the celebration of the 60th anniversary.
Well, certainly a great honor for every Indian. Now, talking about the presence of China, how India plans to leverage multilateral forums such as SAARC, SAFTA, and also the Indian Ocean Rim Association to enhance cooperation between the two countries?
India always has its relationship. The relationship that India has with any country is independent of its relationship with other countries or that country's relationship with the third country. Bilaterally, we have very strong relationship, and apart from bilateral, on the multilateral areas also, whether it is the SAARC area or whether it is IOR region or whether it is the Colombo Security Conclave, we have wonderful cooperation with Maldives in terms of relationship in these multilateral area also.
So our UPI has been very popular world over. So can we expect an MOU or kind of agreement between the two countries when it comes to the UPI?
UPI agreement MOU has already been signed last year. Both the sides, the NPCI from India or NIPL from India and its counterpart in Maldives, are in advanced stages of negotiations, and we hope that it will conclude soon and we would be in a position to use UPI in Maldives also, as UPI has been used in various other countries which have very good relationship with us.
Now, sir, one last question, and it is with regard to our friendly neighborhood. Now, that has got strong presence in this part of the world as well. Now, how will India leverage multilateral forums such as SAARC and the Indian Ocean Rim Association to enhance cooperation with Maldives?
We have very strong relationship in that area also, whether it is SAARC or whether it is SAFTA, for example, the free trade agreement that is there, or whether it is the Colombo Security Conclave for the regional maritime security, or whether it is the IOR, IFC IOR, in which the fusion center is there. We have a Maldivian officer present in IFC IOR to oversee the maritime security part of it. So whether it is bilateral or whether it is multilateral, we are very working very closely with our Maldivian friends to ensure that the interest of both our countries in the region are secured.
Sir, thank you so much for talking to DD India. So there you heard the High Commissioner of India to Maldives, a very confident Mr. G. Balasubramanian, and he has high hopes because of this visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is going to be the guest of honor, and also a big honor for every Indian that our Prime Minister would be the guest of honor in the 68th Independence Day of Maldives. Definitely a stepping stone to further strengthen bilateral relations between the two countries.